Hello, my name is Richard Fortune, and I'm from the island of St. Lucia. Greetings to the Caribbean Culture Fund, grantors, judges, and well-wishers. I would like to provide you today with an initiative proposal which is rather unique and reflects the cutting edge of both collaboration and archiving, all into one, highly dynamic, and would be able to create major social impact for the areas listed in my grant proposal. Thank you again. I am a wellness practitioner who owns a small health club which does healing in an unconventional way. I look at healing as an art and an art form with a wide range of different facets. And I've developed this purview, worldview, from my intimate connection with Afrocentric religious groups, which have given me key insight into herbs and songs and tinctures and massages and points on the body. You're listening to me and you're saying, interesting. As an art form, yes. Let me provide you with a little context as it's in keeping with the different tribes that we have listed in our grant that we want to interact with and the Afrocentric communities. The book we're quoting from is written by Kimbawandende Kia Bonseki Fukiao, and the book is entitled Self-Healing Power and Therapy. Here we see worldviews. The African sees the world as a unified world where every action is understood in terms of collective effort. And here, the first part, we find that collective effort directly reflects the collaborative preset that is put forward as the guidelines of the grant: communal base, collective. We go on to see that the ancestor has written, the Westerner, on the contrary, sees the world as divided and competitive. Now, for the focus of what we will bring together, healers, practitioners, speakers of the language, tribal elders, people who embody the specific parts of healing, because therapy in the African context can take the form of debate, conversation, play, ritual, cooking party, dance, war game, trip, weaving, running, bathing, washing, hand therapy, ceremony, working with clay, massage, meditation, singing, drumming, storytelling, laughter, play, touching, iconographical writing, inhalation, or hypnotism. In relation to what we present, we see that a tribal view of a dance is not just a dance. A tribal view of a herb is not just a herb all by itself. Dance and song is all interwoven into the knowledge of the language, the expression of the people. For running is healing, sitting is healing. Whoever alone or together runs or sits heals. Touching is healing, smiling is healing. Whoever alone or together touches or smiles heals. Laughing is healing, crying is healing. Whoever alone or together laughs or cries heals. Singing is healing, dance is healing. Whoever alone or together sings or dances heals. Drumming is healing, clapping is healing. Whoever alone or together drums or claps heals. Coming is healing, leaving is healing. Whoever alone or together comes or leaves heals. For the context of our initiative, which ranges from leveraging AI to providing the platform for collaboration in such spaces, to the onboarding of specific information, to the classification of these information as it would relate to specific communities, and our process thereby breaking these information into themes or key metrics and expressing these key metrics over data points. Many different questions in which we will go to ask the specific questions. The ancestor leaves us with the last line, which brings home the premise: what else heals? And it is here I would like to take the time to explain a few short stops on the project. We will be using a GPT team workspace, and this would enable a myriad of different things, from voice assistants to chatbot agents, which would be built on the knowledge base that the interactivity with the practitioners would provide. This would first begin with one-on-one or pair workshops as we develop the network of different specific practitioners along the geographic areas that we have outlined in the grant. Aya Janina Walters, an expert linguist, will provide the much needed transcription and translation in conjunction with the robust power of GPT's voice assistance and translation. Practitioners, spiritual leaders, tribal elders would be able to learn how to work inside the workspace via a syndicated Zoom call that would work in tandem with being inside the workspace. One of the key aspects would be alerting users on how to make timestamps. Users would be able to speak or type in their tribal languages, as I have already gone forward to have the AI to ingest different information, dictionaries on tribal language, including going to various sites, scrubbing those sites to come up with text files to teach the AI on how to interact with the practitioners well ahead of time, in good faith and in anticipation of being understood for what we are presenting. Romero Crawford, a very prominent figure residing in Costa Rica with his Limon Roots magazine and radio program, radio station, would be also an integral component to increasing our network, our sphere of collaboration, both in Panama and in Costa Rica, following through to Garifuna tribes as far as Honduras, with even possibilities of Nicaragua, of course with your support. Only possible with your support. Such that information that is created in the workspace would be able to filter through, as we've put forward, into custom voice agents, which would have a knowledge that, let's say, a visitor would go to the tribe, they would be able to work with their enabled voice agent to provide an even greater level of information for visitors that can meet visitors in their cultural lingo and provide deeper connection. Ramiro will provide us with not only contacts, but the network necessary for us to dispense articles created within the work group, for us to also present podcasts from different articles that we have created, and notwithstanding artwork that would be rendered, as we have a host of different AI assisted art generators, one of which is called Glyph, which would actually allow us to present facets of the tribes, or facets, motifs of the different Afrocentric groups, and a user may present a picture or a prompt and it would generate with those specific aspects, again, aspects that would be developed by our understanding of the key metrics, the themes, and the myriad of questions that would form our checklist. Because we want to leave no stone unturned, because what else heals? Okay? And this is a great art. So we're talking about also presenting the ability to teach how to, in a short prompt, create brochures in a myriad of different languages that practitioners, guides, people who now will be able to incorporate much more than just the sites that are there, but their culture, the core culture, to visitors as they make their way through the lands. And more importantly, we would be able to have a wide array of course material that would be presented on Kajabi, but the whole process again would be part of reality series, articles, posts for different social media platforms as it relates to Afro Unidad, which I myself am an ambassador, as well as Janina Walters is an ambassador. Radio programs through Limo Roots and his many different contacts, as well as presenting tenets of the practitioners' know-how to neighboring hotels for retreat purposes, again raising awareness. When it comes to the Starlink system and the remote connectivity, this would provide a possible revenue stream for a tribe or Afrocentric community. Thereby, if there's limited or non-existent connectivity, they could incur finance from providing Wi-Fi, thus enabling travelers to have a live video from that area. and that could definitely keep the sustainability of this project intact at different levels. Again, with your support. When we also take into consideration the power of leveraging AI with its immense power of vision learning, we realize that a knowledge base in terms of where would the AI pull the heart of its reasoning from, this knowledge base could also feature the video segment, so it would be able to feature dance. So if there's a particular dance, all one would have to do is to ask the agent, and it would bring you the link from the knowledge base of the particular dance and the intricacies, along with whatever website that we have enabled the spokespeople to create. Many of the productivities services that I will teach them are already automated, so they would only effectively need to come up with a prompt. Again, through the workspace, this would be able to streamline these prompts with ease, irrespective of the language. Again, creating a high volume of impact with a smaller team, and again, not compromising creative control. So we would be able to have a series of video, audio, transcribe different areas, edit these different areas, interact even remotely, present different logistic chains using Google Maps, also providing QR codes for the different processes along the chain. So what we're saying is we'll be up and ready to go with much more than just music, much more than just dance, much more than herbology and botany, much more than just archiving the different languages, because as we go, they're going to be speaking and growing this sustainable generative knowledge base. We'll be connecting to the heart and the psyche and bringing this and interconnecting it with the diaspora, again with your help and participation. My name again is Richard Fortune Kingrich, and I thank you for looking at my presentation on the behalf of myself and my team. I do believe we have the resources, we have the experience, we have the kind of composition, humility, and not only the firm belief in a God spirit to be able to represent the coming forth of such a new paradigm, but a much needed one, so that practices, nuances of our heritage will not be lost to obscurity in a digital age. Thank you, and thank you again.